So we're in the casual lifestyle room now. Mm-hmm. Excellent. And Alfred, who paid for our drinks the other night. Thanks, Alfred.
Zappos did.
Oh, yes. But you showed up.
I did.
All right,
That's
excellent.
because you invited me.
It was great. It was great. We appreciate it. So, here's my questions for you. This conversation you may have had before. In a conversation, someone says to you, that culture stuff, it's not really relevant, is it? What would you have to say to them?
It's absolutely relevant.
So how does that show up? Oh, so like you have 2 titles, right? What are your 2 titles?
COO and CFO.
CIO and CFO.
COO.
COO.
Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer.
Got it. Okay, so got it. So where does that show up? Like in terms of the way the company, how does that fall to the bottom line? That's usually what they want to know. Yeah.
Well, I think one of our core values is to do more with less, and that's how it shows up in the bottom line. And the one thing that we try to do differently is to leverage all the employees in the company. And so you go to other companies and the CFO's making decisions on where to save money, where to cut, and the CFO's team's doing that. And we kind of take a different approach to that. We want to incorporate everybody's ideas. So we tell all of our employees, if you're passionate about an idea, there's 1,500 of us in this company, there's probably 20 or 30 that is just as passionate about that idea as you are. And so go get that group of people together, brainstorm with them, and run with it. And you'd be amazed at the results that would happen. The other thing is, for doing more with less is one of our core values, and you can get a small team of people who can come up with all the ideas, and that small team of people might come up with, if there's 3 people on that team, they would come up with 3 ideas. But if you leverage all the employees in the company, 1,500 employees, you can have 1,500 ideas that you can use, and that's how it shows up in the company, not just from a bottom line standpoint, but an operating standpoint, how to improve the job standpoint.
So if say an employee, had an idea and they wanted to find that other 30 people, kind of how does that happen?
Just happens by, we have newsletters and company newsletters and community listings, and they're free to just email those venues, or they just email the company and just let them know, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and let's get a group of people together. Some of our best ideas have happened because they come naturally, like decorating here. We just decided to give each team a room to decorate. It doesn't cost us anything. People think we spent all this money on decorating. No, we would have painted this place. We would have contracted that work out. Instead, we decided to let the employees do it, get them to be passionate about what their team stands for. We're in the casual lifestyle room. The casual lifestyle team is passionate about what they do and what they buy for Zappos, and they decided to decorate this room, take a lot of pride in doing it, and it became a bonding experience for them, take pride in it, and it doesn't cost us any more than it would have.
And I'm also intrigued by the mashup of roles. You have 2 different roles. Like, what kind of arguments do you have with yourself when you're playing those 2 roles?
I think, just my own personal bias. Good CFOs should have an operating background so they understand what's going on, and good operating people understands how what they do changes the financials for the company. And so I really don't see myself as having 2 roles. I just use the same same set of problem-solving ideas to sort of do both jobs. And also I have a pretty good team of people, folks underneath me, who sort of do a lot of the day-to-day work. And I have a really good team here, and from all the way, from my team all the way down to people who are on the floor of the call center or the floor of the distribution center. And it's just a lot of fun trying to explain the inner workings of the companies to the employees as well as our customers, and people will just love Zappos and come and visit.
And for CFOs that are sort of removed from that sort of day-to-day operations, what kind of a disadvantage do you think they're at, and what?
Well, I think they're at a huge disadvantage by not understanding how small things affect the bottom line, and small things may affect results later on. And I think if you're removed and you're looking at purely from the numbers standpoint, you're never really going to understand the business. And if you understand the business, but you don't understand how the results translate into whether the company is doing better in sales and making more money or generating cash flow, then some of the results that you're looking for may actually be detrimental to the company from an operating standpoint. So I think it's a very, very important thing for people to have a well-rounded background about the business.
And just to put it all in perspective, what were your sales last year?
We did about $1 billion in gross merchandise sales. We exceeded that last year. We grew 20% year over year for last year in a pretty difficult economic environment. So we're pretty proud of that.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Thank you.